Hey guys, Romie here, so please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for Scandal, Season 7, Episode 5, Adventures in Babysitting. So the episode starts off with Olivia, and Olivia is pissed. She's like, she's talking to Papa Pope. She's telling Papa Pope, you know what you did. Stop playing around. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for you bringing Fitz here, thinking that he can go and convince me to stop doing something, and you know what? Because of that, I took away your bones. He's upset. He's like, give me my bones. I want them. I want them. This is all I have. And she's looking at him like, I run this. Here's how this works. You're going to go to him. You're going to tell him to go and leave now. Just tell him these words. Go now. That's it. Over. Done. Papa Pope agrees. I said, what's with this whole whimpered Papa Pope? I'm over it. I'm over it. So then he goes straight to Fitz and tells her, look, Olivia has lost her way. She's not the same woman that you knew, so you need to go. Fitz is looking at him like, yeah, I know something you don't know. I know something you don't know. Melly's trying to go and get this war approved. Price, who was the guy that Olivia was sleeping with, the reporter guy that Olivia was sleeping with on his show, he feels like the war's a dud. Like, it makes no sense. So now their numbers are messed up. They're looking like they may not have the numbers to secure this, so they're going to put in Cyrus to go and schmooze everyone over in order to get the rest of the votes. President Rashad, he's just like, look, I will go back home if need be. Melly's over it too. She's looking like, no, we're going to make sure this works. We're going to make sure that you're good. We're going to make sure that you were covered. Next, but he also wants to make sure that his niece is okay. So he goes and gets her, and Quinn and Associates are to hold her for a certain period of time. And you can tell she's upset because she came to America. She wanted to go be free, be herself. Now essentially taking her freedom away. So that's hard. That's hard. Quinn's kind of giving her this attitude, look, I'm trying to keep you alive, so this is just what you're going to have to do. I'm thinking that's not going to work. Olivia then goes and talks to Jake to try to figure out how can we go and get this, what's the best course of action? Because it looks like this war might not happen, but we need to reinstate President Rashad. Now, Olivia comes up with this plan of, why don't we go and instead, have these two, insurgent groups go fight each other. We'll go mess with one so that it thinks that the other one did it, infighting, and that'll collapse all of that. The refugees, the armed forces over there. Jake looked at her like, it's about time. See, I told you this would get easier. Mind you, all of this just sounds really messed up, regardless if you really think about it. But Olivia is just goal-oriented right now. So then she's going over to Melly, not realizing that Fitz comes out of Melly's office. Why? Because he's like, look, I'm sorry. It had to be done. Olivia's looking at him like, what had to be done? So Melly's going to say, Fitz told me everything. So behind my back, you said that we were in this together. You don't understand how this works. You killed, Luna Vargas. You killed Luna Vargas. You did all this. You reinstated B613. You used part of the Pentagon funding to fund B613, all behind my back. See, the real truth is, Melly was upset, but Melly was more so upset at the fact that Olivia did behind her back. Not that she necessarily did. She was like, how could you do it? I'm thinking, you need to be quiet right now. So then Olivia says, I did this for you. I said, ooh, why are you lying? You did this for you. Don't do that, Olivia. You know you did this for you. And Melly said, no. I said, that sounds a little condescending. You can get these hands. Like, Olivia can deliver these hands. She's killed a couple of vice presidents. Let's add a president to the list. Don't overstep, Melly. Don't overstep. Olivia needs to be kicked a couple of pegs down because she's been doing too much. She's been trying to steamroll over everything and everyone. And that's not how she used to get things done. She used to collaborate with people, figure out what they wanted, and then see how she can make it happen as long as it's in line with what she agrees with. But Melly tells her, you're going to remove B613, and you're not going to do anything without my approval ever again. So shut it down now. Shut it down. I said, this isn't going to happen, but who are you talking to like that? I'm sure some people loved it. They're like, oh, that's what you get, Olivia. I'm looking at this like, Melly, you got one more time. Because even with this messed up Olivia wearing all black, and you can tell that that's just her mood right now. She's goal-oriented. She's a little lost in the sauce, but it's all right. The sauce can still be saved. It can still be saved. Back at Quinn Associates, we see that now it's Charlie's turn. Charlie's trying to babysit the President Rashad's niece, and she's just so upset because she's like, her old life is over. She starts crying. She's like, I can't have my phone back. I can't have this. I can't have that. I said, someone watch Charlie. He cannot be trusted. Cyrus's new boo, what's his name? Ferdinand? Whatever it is. He's there because he's going to shadow Cyrus. And learn the ropes of politics. He's on his phone the whole time, so when Cyrus is trying to convince this guy on how war would be beneficial, and he said, what about job creation? This will mean a lot of money, a lot of income, and for your industry, job creation. So there's that. Then Olivia goes back to Papa Pope, and she's pissed. She's like, wait a minute, what did you do? What did you tell Fitz? He said, exactly what you told me to tell him. Exactly what you told me to tell him. What did you think? Papa Pope said, simmer down a little bit. I want my boat! I said, you are a poor excuse for a shell of a man which you once were. Olivia said, no bones for you, and here's how this works. If you ever go and try to do some mess to undermine me ever again, we're fighting. We are fighting. We're fighting. I'm going to win. Quinn is freaking out because she's trying to figure out, yo, where's Rashad's niece? She's gone. Why is she gone? Because Charlie, he wasn't paying attention. The girl's crying, so he gave her his phone, and by doing so, she went and reached out to someone, and now it's time for them to go and try to track her. So that's Huck's job. Because while that was happening, Quinn was trying to get ready and get prepped for her wedding. It was like, okay, who's going to go and get the flowers? Who's going to go and get the dress? Who's going to go and get the ring? Why are you sending Huck to get the rings? You know Huck loves you. Stop it. You're doing too much right now, Quinn. You're not thinking. But you know who was? Jake. Jake was thinking because Fitz invited him to have drinks. And so then Fitz is trying to figure out, hey, what's good? What's going on with B613? How's it flying? How's she handling it? And this is one of the few times where I'm like, Jake is doing his job. When Jake is only doing his job, I say yes. That's it. That's the person we want. Anything else having to do with Olivia, I'm like, go away. That's my relationship with the character Jake. So Jake realized that Fitz was trying to get information. Jake said, see, I'm going to go and leave here because you can't go and try to fish information out of me. I mean, first you went to Olivia, and now you're coming to me. Nice try. You're not going to go and convince me that Olivia is this dark person, and I need to go and make sure that she doesn't go over the deep end, and that B613 ending is how it's supposed to happen, because it's not. It's not. What's really supposed to happen is she's exactly the person she's always been. You just can't see it. You were in La La Land. You didn't want to see the brilliance and the strength that's here. You just wanted to go muffle her and her creativity and her power and her influence. So now we have to go and prove you wrong. So I'm leaving. I said, Jake, I can't believe it. I can't believe, but then again, Fitz gets on my nerves, so maybe that's why. After, some love making, Olivia's trying to convince Price, like, mind you, right after they had sex, Olivia's trying to convince Price, why don't you go easy on President Rashad? Because President Rashad's going on his show, and The Price of Power, that's his show. His first name's Curtis. And the thing is that Olivia wants to make sure that President Rashad is painted in a positive light. All of the positive things, that's what we need to focus on. Price is looking at Olivia like, here's how this works. I know you can dictate everything else, but don't try and dictate my job, because that's what you're trying to do. You want to do everything on your wavelength, on your platform, on your time. But I'm going to do whatever I want to do. She said, well, you just do what's best in your interests. So helping him would be best in your interest. So while Olivia's watching this interview, at first it looks like prices going down. It's like your country's repressive. You've done all this stuff to not help. And it's like, why should we, the American people, support you gaining control again when it was just years and years of the same thing? So then he flipped it. He said, well, you've done a lot actually to send funding to domestic abuse shelters and, you know, education and all of these things that you don't publicly endorse. And it's like, why don't you do that? That's great. And he was like, my country, you know, we're a little behind right now on the times, and I'm a progressive thinker. Unfortunately, it takes a while for others to feel the same way, but I definitely feel like we could start now, and we have to start now because we don't have a choice. Mellie's watching her man on TV. She's playing around with her necklace while watching him. Olivia comes in to make sure that Mellie's watching, plus to test the waters, and she realizes the water's hot. The water's boiling. Mellie is over it. She said, oh, Olivia, I'm trying to watch this, so shh. Who are you trying to shush? Like, Mellie, you know I don't really like you that much, so who are you trying to shush? You and your husband can both go somewhere. Anyway, Cyrus is working on another politician, and he's getting the votes. He's slowly getting the votes, but he's irked because he's trying to figure out, yo, dude, why are you on your phone all the time? Why are you not paying attention to this? Why are you thinking, what are you doing? Like, and that's when he finds out, look, I'm actually on my phone because I'm trying to see where your the information. So I'm tabulating all the information regarding this war and how it could benefit and how it couldn't, because I work with I work with data. That's what I do best, not people with data and technology. Your war's a dud. I have this program that shows this is how I decide what I invest in, what I don't invest in. Your war is a dud. It's a dud. People don't want it. You're trying to pitch them something they don't want. You're going to do more damage to your brand that way than, you know, not. So Cyrus said, oh, dang, that actually makes sense. Back at Quinn Associates, they find Rashad's niece and her girlfriend. Yes, her girlfriend. So now the girlfriend's going to stay with them for a little bit. But Quinn just said, look, here's how this works. You're staying here. She's going to go, because if you two go and run off, you're going to be killed. You're going to be dismembered. Do you really want something like that to happen? Okay, then stay here for now. Be quiet. Cállate la boca. Thank you. Thank you. Cyrus decides it's a great time to come in to Olivia's office and say, I don't want to go and support the war that you are in support of and your president is, and that's all of the energy you're trying to do. Olivia is so over it because she said this day has sucked. So she didn't even try to fight Cyrus. Cyrus is like, wait a minute, so that's it? So we're friends. Like, what's going on? Why can't you talk to me? Why? I'm thinking, friends? You were just trying to kill, and she was just trying to kill you. Oh, God, Jesus. Cyrus, you're that lonely that Olivia is considered a friend. That's scary. That's a friend to me. That's not a friend. Never. Olivia was pissed because she's trying to figure out, you're supposed to be doing your job. Your job is to get what the president wants. Do you need to remind you what could happen? I said, now, Olivia, you're doing too much right now. You're doing too much right now. Because she's trying to threaten. Cyrus said, no, I know you have a proclivity to killing vice presidents, but you're not killing this one. I'm a friend. I said, I'm a colleague. And it would look very bad if another vice president bites the dust, and bad for Mellie. So you're not doing that. Next thing we know, Olivia, because she's just pissed, nothing's going her way, she goes to Fitz's place and she's just like, you are going to Vermont. You're going home. You're just getting out of here, because here's how this works. I'm going to do what I want. Ever since you've come back, you're just messing up everything. I'm losing a war, but I have to focus on you because you're in my hair, and I need to get this stuff approved. There's a lot going on. And Fitz was just like, look, I'm here to try to save you. This isn't the person you want to be. This isn't the person who you are. And you're too blind. You can't see it right now. And Olivia was over it. Olivia was so over it because she doesn't want to hear that she lost her white hat. She doesn't want to hear that she lost her way. And he was just like, look, you're going to listen to me. You're going to pay attention to me. I said, wait a minute. What? Well, he said, when have I ever listened to you? I said, well, you mean aside from all the times you had sex? Anyway, aside from that, never. If we're not including the bedroom, then never. Because she still does whatever she wants anyway. So as long as her clothes stay on, well, I mean, as long as the panties stay on, because we've seen them have sex and not get undressed. Jesus. So Olivia goes, and now Melly's trying to talk to her man. He said, look, my first commitment is to my people. I like you, I respect you. And then he gets closer. And she's like, oh, I like you and respect you too. It gets very, very hot and heavy. But he said, I have to make sure that my commitments are met. I'll look like and feel like a coward if I just stay here. My people are suffering. I can help by going, even if I lose my life. That's what's gonna happen. I said, this can't work. I said, his character has an expiration date. I just felt it. I don't know why. I just felt it. I felt like he wasn't gonna last. I felt like it was just gonna go left. So then they kiss, and then she stops because it's like, oh wait, we can't do all of this. Olivia then goes to her old office. Quinn is there, and Quinn just wants to go and chit chat, and Quinn's just like, yeah, so we lost her, and then we found her. It's all well and good, but it's just crazy because I had to think what you always tell me. Because at one point, her and Charlie have a conversation. Charlie's upset because he's like, you're just trying to go and railroad this girl. She's scared, and you're not even hearing her out. And Olivia's trying to figure out, wait a minute, what's going on? Quinn tells her, you always told me, focus on what the client wants. Always ask them what the client wants. That's what matters most. And that kind of clicked with Olivia because remember, she's been trying to just railroad people the entire time. Cyrus is now talking to his dude, and Cyrus said, look, even though you are rough around the edges and you're very blunt, that's also a charming characteristic. You're honest. You don't know how anything else but to be honest or upfront. It's refreshing. And I think you can be a great politician. And then they got closer. So he was like, hey, Cy, because he doesn't call him Cyrus. He says Cy. So you really mean that, Cy? I said, what's with all this? What's with all this soft voices? What's all that? And then they get closer. I said, no, I'm not about to see this. And then they do the most awkward turning of the heads, holding each other's faces, kiss, and I'm like, what? I really didn't ever need to see that in life. And then they both smile and start laughing. I said, okay, if that's how you feel. So now, while Melly is outside just trying to drink and take a breather, Olivia says, what do you want? She said, excuse me? Olivia did say with authority like, what do you want? What do you want? But she was saying, look, I've been just doing stuff and saying it's on your behalf. I haven't actually asked you, what do you want? And she said, Olivia, you know I want. She's like, she wants him. She wants President Rashad, and she wants the country to feel safe. She just wants everyone to feel safe. And then that's when she has a change of heart. She says, you know what? I understand as president, there's certain things that need to be done that I just need immunity from. So I need for you to reinstate President Rashad, any means necessary, and make it top priority. Get the approval for the war, all of that. I don't care how you do it. I just need you to do it. I said, and that is the difference between Melly and Fitz. Melly, at the end of the day, she just has an extra level compared to Fitz. She's all about winning and getting that goal. Her and Olivia actually are pretty similar. So it makes sense why they work together. So I said, okay, that's going to be cute. It's not going to work out the way you think it is. And then now Melly has to say goodbye to President Rashad because he wants to go back now. He wants to go and try to help out now. And they kiss again. And she was just like, look, this can't happen. He said, wait a minute. I support you. I support the treaty. I'll be here a lot. She said, oh, okay. Okay. Quinn talks to Rashad's niece and lets her know, look, you have two options. You can either go back to your country with your uncle right now. I'm sure she's regretting saying that because she's the one that convinced her to do that. Or you could go into hiding here forever and not really live your full life with your girlfriend. So then she thought about it. She started to cry. It's like, what? And if your love is real, then it'll be able to, withstand being, different parts of the country. And so then she agreed, but she cried. She was still doing it reluctantly. I said, oh, poor baby, poor baby. Olivia then goes and she talks again to Melly. Fitz was walking down that hallway. He was so happy. He was beaming. The most corny. Hey, guy. I said, what is that? Hey, guy. I'm like, oh, God. Fitz, what the heck is that? Olivia comes out of Melly's office like, see, you forced me to do it. I had no other choice. So then Fitz goes to talk to his ex-wife, and Melly says, here's how this works. You don't get to just come in here and say and do whatever you want. You're going to go and leave Vermont right now. You're also, we're also going to hear the court-appointed visitation rights. So that's what we're doing. If you want to speak to me, speak to my receptionist, and then you can speak to me. If you want to come here, you have to make an appointment, and don't come here. And then 2 seconds later, she's like, I'm sorry. As if, oh, Olivia made me do it. I had to do it to get what I want. So then Fitz was upset, like, this just blew up in my face. Duh! Papa Pope doesn't like you. He knew it would blow up in your face. I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all. Did anyone else notice that Melly was standing in that circle? In the circle in the center of her office. So now we're at the plane ride. And Rashad's niece is thanking Charlie and also thanking Quinn. Just like, thank you guys for dealing with me, and I made it very difficult, but Quinn's just like, baby girl, go there and be great. Olivia thought that she still had her little boo thing, her little side piece, but he dumped her. He said, look, you're really intriguing, sexy, spirited, but that's all you are. I was hoping that there was something more, but now I know there isn't, so I'm not interested. My goal isn't to just be told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. I said, ooh. And I was kind of happy about that. I was kind of happy because Olivia can't just get whatever she wants in every way, shape, and fashion. So now Quinn is talking to Charlie, and they're just kind of reaffirming their love for each other and commitment. And Rashad got on the plane. His niece got on the plane. I'm thinking, okay, so when's it going to blow up? As soon as I saw the plane and how much time we had left, I said it's going to blow up. I watched so much TV, and I even took some like theater and writing classes, or like 1 or 2 writing classes. So I know how all of this is supposed to go. So that's why for a lot of these shows, I'm not surprised about stuff. I intentionally refrain from saying certain things that I know is going to happen because it spoils it for people. So I already knew this guy was going to die. I knew he was going to die really soon. Really soon. So then the plane blows up. It blows up, and Quinn's trying to run after the plane. Charlie's like, wait, whoa, hold, what? Come on now. And she was crying because she's like, oh my God, I just sent this girl to her death. I mean, it was necessary. We can't have all this cutesy, peachy gum. No. We need the drama. We need to know what's going on, who's attacking who, why. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week.